This is a presentation of my analysis and recommendations for Solchaks, the live performers in Magic Show in Las Vegas. So there will be 6 questions answered by my elaborations, and I would like to start the presentations of highlighting who is Murray Solchak and what is his business and what is his product. So Murray Solchak is in the business of entertainment when he performs as a live magic show, especially in Las Vegas and also in Paris and Monaco. So besides his live performance, he also appeared in more than 20 TV reality shows, and he appeared there as a magic expert, and by all his performance during this time, he won 32 awards and voted as the top 100 businessman in Nevada. So the simple definitions of a product, if we ask what is his product, so the simple definitions of product is anything offered to the market to satisfy the desire or needs of a customers. So in this context, what Solchak's products is actually an experience offered to satisfy the desire of a customers who really wants to enjoy a magic show in Las Vegas. So I would say that Solchak's output is a product for the customers who's willing to pay him to see the magic show live in Las Vegas or in his performance. So his core business strategy is to make him stay relevant in the entertainment industry. Strong presence offline, especially in Las Vegas as his core venue, I would say that. And also he wants to be omnipresent, not just on his stage, but also on his TV shows. So that is his background of business. That is the first question. So if you ask who are the customers of Solchak, he has 2 types of customers. The first one is the conventional customers, the customers who come to his live performance in Las Vegas, in Paris, in Monaco. So consisting usually of tourists or the residents of that country who can afford to pay his show. That will be the first type of his customers. When he entered the digital marketing as his channel of demonstrating his performance, now he has the second type of customers, the prime audience that he learned from the YouTube evaluations tools, saying that his audience is generally ranging from 19 to 24 years old, and 94% of this prime audience consisting of males. Interestingly, the residents or the biggest audience come from Texas state. So if Solchak has 2 type of customers, 2 type of channels of performing, he also naturally has 2 type of competitors. If he performs in Las Vegas or in the countries that he goes into, the stage, I myself already experienced Las Vegas, and there's a lot of entertainment that I can pay, not just in the magic show. You can go for gambling, you can go for other kind of entertainment. So, there's a live performance in Las Vegas becoming his direct competitors. It's a very tight competitions in Las Vegas especially. On the other hand, competitions on the digital channel I will say it's also tied. There is like other magic performers digitally also have a very large views, 87 views based on iPad magic show, namely Keelan Lasers from UK, Simon Piero who got 80 million view using iPad, and also Zach King. So I will say competitions on digital, online and offline are equally tight, equally crowded there. So now, having these situations, what is actually Soultruck business objective? As any entertainers will dream of, I think I believe Soultruck wants to maintain his position in the market the longest possible through making the right decisions, whether he's taking the digital marketing approach to maintain his position, or he stick to the conventional methodology, which is going to the stage, as what he does now. So he now is very keen to understand, to explore which is the effective, the most efficient ways to increase numbers of audience and make him stay as the top of mind in the customer's eyes when they talk about magicians. So that is his business objective. To reach that objective, I would analyze his position using Porter's 5 of forces, because I think this tool can analyze or can assess your competitiveness in the industry for any business. And also it is applicable for Soultruck to see his positions in present and the future positions. I would focus to use these tools for his present or his current approach, conventional approach, where he actually plays as the live performers, and using his conventional approach, then how does the Porter's 5 forces can help and analyze whether he still needs to use his conventional approach, looking at the barriers entry, looking at the supplier, looking at the buyer, looking at all the competitions factors. So let's start from the first one. So the competitions rivalry. This is to actually look at the number and strength of the competitors. Again, I used his current situations as a live performance of magic show. In Las Vegas, Soultruck faced this. It said that ultra competitive situations, facing a lot of competitions with so many individual and group show over there. So, it's very high competition. So when you talk about the competitions rivalry, the rivalry is very high. And then the second forces is supplier power. This is to assess how is the bargaining positions of the supplier. So let's define who is the supplier of Soultruck when he is on the stage or he performs live as a live magic show. So I would say his supplier is the hotel, the venue, event organizer, who enable him to perform the live magic show in a high quality and a profitable manner. With so many entertainers in Las Vegas, for example, hotels can choose who is the best entertainers that can make their venue more profitable, attracting more guests coming to their hotels, coming to the venue. The hotel has so many options, and the implications of that situations hotels in the positions can choose and select who is the best entertainers that can make more money for them. So Sobchak has to make sure that his show is high demanded and the hotel wants to hire him, as part of their entertainment. So in the supplier power, I think hotel has a stronger bargaining positions over Sobchak because of the supply of demand of hotel and entertainers. And now, how do we compare to the buyer power? This is how to look at the bargaining positions of the buyer to us. With so many activities in Las Vegas, I think buyer's position is very strong. They can just easily switch from one entertainment to other entertainment without so much effort. You can just go strolling into the Las Vegas Strip and then they can just go into this show, that show, how much discounts that they can get from this show, and the package with the hotel, so you don't have to go out from the hotel. So many options for customers, the tourists, to look at the entertainment. So again, I would say the buyer's power is very strong. The supply and demand, there's so many supplies of entertainment in Las Vegas. The customers just need to choose. So again, we need to really be in the top of mind of customers, so we can be the first choice to be enjoyed by them. So what about the threat of entry? This is to assess how easy people can enter to your market, to what you do now. I look, Las Vegas performs hundreds of magicians and always make a rank of top 15, top 10 magicians. You can imagine that you can see top 15. If you are not included in the top 15, top 10 listed on the website, I would say that it's very difficult, for you to maintain your positions. So the entry is very high, and then they can replace your positions as a top, and you have to maintain yourself in the top 15. Not to mention there's so many people coming and really trying to replace your positions as the live performers of magic show. So the threat of entry is very high in this case. And what about the threat of substitution? Other than entry barriers, customers can also think whether we really need to see this show or we can substitute of seeing this show with other way and can enjoy the same or similar output. So this is the likelihood of customers to use your product or use other product as an alternative to enjoy your to enjoy the experience. In Sobchak's case, tourists and other residents will consider this show as just one of the time occupations. Sometimes the tourists just spontaneously walk into your show, but it's not the intentions from the beginning of the trip coming to Las Vegas. So they can just choose other activity. If they miss the show, you just take a note who is the performers, and if they can see on digital, so that will be the substitute. I will not see them in live, but then I can see their performance on digital base. So with this era of digital, I think people can easily see his performance online. So that is the threat of substitutions. So I believe that Sobchak see the value of putting his performance through video marketing. So what are the outcomes that Souchak expect when he try using other channel to demonstrate, to distribute his product to the audience? So when he collaborated with Leech, then Souchak learned if he used this channel, then becoming a YouTuber instead of the live performers, he learned that he can also earn or generate revenue not through getting the money from his ticket when he done the performance in Las Vegas. The revenue coming from the YouTuber, becoming a YouTuber, comes from the 3 levels of income. So if he reach 1,000 and more views, he will have fixed amount from the YouTube. And secondly, larger views, you can get sponsor, larger, and then you can get advertisement. So 3 levels of source of revenue. You get fixed amount from YouTube, you get sponsorship, and then you can get advertisement. It depends again from numbers, based on numbers of the views that you have through the digital content. So the longer content that you have attracting more views is a combination of large views and longer durations of your content that can even have more profit, because the advertisement, the sponsor will have more opportunities to put their logos, features, and make your kickback, Souchak's kickback, even higher. So then Souchak think, wow, this is such a good source of revenue for me, not in the performance live in Las Vegas, but I have to spend time creating the content and becoming a constant YouTuber. Then he remembered when he did the first trial content, it's resulting 87 million views, which is shocking for him, himself. And then he was recognized by people when he compared to what he had in Las Vegas. No one recognized as much as he is recognized today after he becoming a YouTuber. So he started to think whether he needs to put 100% effort to become a YouTuber, leave his live performance in Las Vegas, and make this as 100% of source of income. So other alternatives is performing this video marketing to boost his core show. So this is actually the medium to bridge the subscriber, the views, and then from these views, Souchak gives incentive to the subscribers and the viewer to go to the shows and get discount or have more privilege for them to see his performance live in Las Vegas or in other countries. So he has options. The first one, leave the live performance and just focus on this digital approach. Secondly, he still stay as his live performance, which is, I think he's not thinking of that. And the third one is to make like a combinations and use this digital marketing as the media for him to get the subscriber and then lead them again back to his core business, which is the live performance. So with all the analysis, the Porter's 5 forces, and then his experience with Leech resulting 87 million views. Here is my recommendations for Souchak with his video marketing. So the initiative of Sochak to transform his live performance into digital content based on his first experience, I would say this is the right thing to do. It's proven by the fact that the video was very successful. He is recognized by people. That is the first recommendations. We need to continue this effort. Secondly, is the next step for Sochak is to listen to the expectations of the audience on the digital. So it means maintaining subscribers and views. We need to have we need to understand their expectations. What actually really makes them click, not just click but also share. That is the most important indicator. And Sochak actually learned to make the viewer to make the viewers share. The content has to contain emotional content or context, so that actually trigger the viewer to share to other friends or colleagues. So my second recommendations is he has to develop emotional content in his digital product to the audience. So it brings to the recommendations number 3, how to make emotional content is to engage closer to the customers. Sochak needs to include the customers into his daily life, make a regular contact with customers. So it's not like an audience and the performers, it's just like the same community between Sochak and the customers. So it becomes, the sense of inclusion is higher for the customers, for the viewers. It's not just a distant actor or performers, is part of also their life together. So again, Sochak needs to understand the customer. The viewers are millennials, 19 to 24 years old. I think it different with the demography when he saw in Las Vegas. I think it's older. He needs to understand different demography of viewer in the online and the visitors or tourists who came to his live performance. Number 4, I think this is very important, and this is very critical to make him deciding, is to do a cost analysis between the live performance and digital marketing approach. Cost analysis using Leech as the collaborations, and then I believe there is a profit sharing in this mechanism compared to how much that he needs to share to the hotel, the venue, when he made a live performance. So all cost analysis has to be broken down very thoroughly, because at the end of the day, what he needs, sustainability, because that show makes him profitable and he can make more or larger market share in the magic show industry. So cost analysis is the also top things that he needs to do to make his decisions correctly and very valid. Again, I already elaborated his conventional performance competitiveness in Las Vegas using Porter's analysis. I would recommend Sochak to do the same Porter's analysis for his performance, digital performance afterwards. After having, for example, more and more digital content distributions, and then he needs to understand how is his position, how is his competitiveness in the digital using Porter's 5 forces again. The buyer. Who is the buyer? The supplier is not the hotel anymore. The supplier is the creator. The Leech is the supplier now. And then buyer is not the same demography. Buyer is the viewer. And then how is the substitutions? And how is the competition's rivalry? Barrier, all the 5 forces has to be applicable for him to see his competitiveness in the digital approach. So, in my opinion, I would hypothetically conclude that digital marketing will be more effective for his case with following reason in brief. 1, digital marketing is effective, efficient to boost number of audience, 87 million, in just small cost, in a very small effort of time that can create market recognitions for him. So digital marketing is effective and efficient. Number 2, why I conclude this is more effective? Sochak's existence through digital marketing will be enlarged, not just in the specific venue or countries, but he will be recognized all over the world. So he becomes a global player, not just in the certain country. Number 3, the ability of digital tools to make engagement with customers is much more effective compared to when he became a live performer, because the digital tool, you can make connections with a lot of viewers, and that actually makes them wants to share the video, and your content easily become a viral among them. And number 4, with success in reaching connections with your viewers, success in reaching large viewer, success in getting the sponsorship, success in getting more advertisement, I think this is the best way for Sochak to get a new source of income, and it's more sustainable because we are now welcoming the digital era for any product and services. So he will not become the outdated product, he will be the up-to-date product with his own or his new way to package with his own brand, the uniqueness of his magic show, and then it makes him more global in the era of digital. So that is my analysis, that is my conclusion, my recommendations for Sochak, and thank you very much for your attention. I will see you again in the next explanations on the case 2. Thank you.